This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakakdash. Double honors to the apostles, elder / bishop, and the great millstone who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, the sincere 144,000 scattered abroad for winds and corners of the earth. Shalom. Don't ever be ashamed of this truth. Anybody come around, I don't care if it's 2/3 Jake the snake, Eve that like to deceive. I don't care if it's Esau, Amalek, Moab, Ammonite, Hamite, all these other strange nations. I don't care. Don't be ashamed to push the truth, 100% truth. Don't be scared or worried about anything anybody else got to say. Because we live in a world today where a lot of people is ashamed to speak up for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls as God and JC. Don't be scared, man. Don't be scared to push this truth, man. Our people got a problem when we get around other nations. It's like they know of the truth because this thing is global. The internet is the unicorn, and the internet is the one doing the heavy lifting to push truth. We live in a day and age where information is at our fingertips, and the internet is the unicorn. And information wise, things travel through the internet just at the tip of a finger of a button. And our people, when I see a lot of Jakes and I see a lot of Eves. When they get around these other nations, it's like they forget themselves. They throw away their history. They forget about what their ancestors, their people biblically been through. Especially the Father and his only begotten Son, Yahushua, who they ignorantly call as JC. What he have been through, the prophets in the days of old, the ones that been pushing the truth. Every time I see Jake around another nation, he switches up. I see Eve around another nation, they switch up. And then they go around scoffing and mocking when it comes to 100% of this truth. They want to bring the heathens. They want the heathens to get into the kingdom in a good, comfortable position in the kingdom. Like a heathen belong to have, to having many mansions and acres of land and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be in shackles in the kingdom, getting their backs whipped in. Our people is ashamed of this truth. They love Esau and his kingdom. They would throw the truth away in the garbage to go pick up a book from the Board of Education, which Esau and these other nations done written for your ass to pass a class and to get some type of paperwork and diplomacy or college degree in that format. You see, our people so fast to put everything before this truth that they so fast to be ashamed of the truth. And it's disgusting and it's degrading and it's nasty and it's filthy. But y'all want Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who y'all ignorantly call as God and JC, to be favored in you, to love you and care about you, and to glorify you when you reach the kingdom. You want many mansions and you want to be comfortable in the kingdom and you want a high ranking position and a lots of love and attention and appreciation and support when you in the kingdom. But yet you going off. These other camps be going off. Jake going off. Eve going off. I know you in the flesh. We living in the flesh. We living in a sinful flesh right now. And I know sometimes people gonna go off, but it's too much. It's way too much. 2/3 of you Jakes gotta go. 2/3 of Eves gotta go. I don't give a damn about Esau and these other nations. They definitely gotta go because they in the way. But a lot of our people is ashamed of pushing 100% of this truth. They find it like it's a problem to push 100% of truth. What's wrong with our people? Where they minds at? You not happy to be of the lineage of Jacob? You're not happy to be really in the likeness and image of the heavenly Father and his only begotten Son? Yahweh Shah? Y'all not happy to be in these groups, these other groups. Look, true story. These other groups, when I pay attention, they they really still got their foot in the world, one foot in the world, and then one foot in the truth. And they be going off. Going off. Our people is sellouts. Sellouts. They will throw the truth away and ignore the truth about what's really going on and who they are and their identity and their nationality just to reap the benefits of this place. It's like a lot of our people ain't gonna let go of this place when the time comes. Allah, their faith is gonna be tested, and you're gonna really see who's really not ashamed of this truth. A lot of our people is ashamed of the truth. They want to stay quiet when they're around other nations and Esau and Amalek and these small hats, these little tiny hats, these small hats. When they get around these tiny hats and small hats, it's like they get real quiet. But when they around their own, they ready to be loud, tough, standing 10 toes down on business, ready to bump heads with their own people, go back and forth with their own people. But when it comes to these other nations, they quiet as a mouse. And it's like they ashamed of the truth. The Father, Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, is not, I'm telling you, is going to confess you. He's not, Yahweh Shah is not going to confess you to his Father or the holy angels. 2/3 of y'all Jakes the snakes and Eve that like to deceive, y'all gotta go. It's disgusting when I be out and about and I'm out for the day, you know what I'm saying? Doing what you gotta do, getting this daily bread, or you up and down running errands for yourselves, and you going to the store, then you might be walking around and you dealing with some stuff like that. You see, our people have a hard head. They have a hard head, and they have a problem when it comes to this truth. They so mentally enslaved, still got the mental shackles on their mind and on their brain and on their head that they forget what's really going on. 2/3 of our people, they don't know how to just say, you know what? I respect what you do. You know what? I respect the truth and I love the truth and I'm not ashamed of the truth. Our people only feel in secrecy behind closed doors is the only time they really want to speak about the truth. But out in public, quiet as a mouse, quiet as a mouse. But when they in front of their own people and around their own people and they got a problem with their own, all of a sudden they high-minded, intelligent, fast, ready for war, ready to battle each other, go back and forth with the issues and problems. But when it comes to pushing this truth and declaring his glory in front of the heathens, declaring his glory in front of all nations, it's a problem. But they don't want to do that, but they want the Father to forgive them and let them in. They want the Father to forgive them and let them in. They want the Father to sit down and do whatever, and then kid pat on the back, hand out ice cream and sprinkles, and you know what I'm saying? Our people have an issue. Our people have a problem. We really have a problem on our hands, Israel. Jake the snake and Eve that like to deceive, I'm telling you, they really think these other nations is something else. They think they really are something else, which is no good. Straight like that. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that. These other nations is strictly no good. But they really think these other nations is really something in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And they're not. They're nothing. Unto spittle. Unto spittle. Nothing. They are nothing. And our people still trying to ignore the words of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son to do what these other nations is doing. Ashamed of the truth. ashamed of his word, ashamed of speaking about their nationality and identity, always have an attitude when it comes to speaking about this word. It's always a distraction when it comes to this word. They have ADHD all of a sudden when it comes to this word. All of a sudden they don't even want to at least say, you know what, let me take time out and read 2-3 Psalms per day, at least one time per day. But our people is very ignorant, disrespectful to, and ashamed of this truth. But hey, I ain't gonna make this too long. I'm gonna make this too long. They will create a YouTube channel based on any and every other thing except pushing this truth. Cause they scared of the other nations. They are. They are. Always in favoritism of the white man. Ignorantly calling him a white man when they know damn well that's Esau. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. Khan. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. So if you ain't out there being honest about who you really are, keeping the commandments, pushing 100% of this truth, and giving the delivery correctful and respectful, even whether they hear or forbear, and just pushing it and not being ashamed and being confessing of who Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is, who they ignorantly call as God and JC. Gotta get straight to the point. Gotta get straight to the point. Gotta confess him before men. But I don't care if it's Jake, the snake, Eve that like to deceive. What else? Esau, Amalek, Ishmael, Moab, all these Ammonites as well. Because you know Moab and these Ammonites, they look alike. They look alike. But at the end of the day, you got to confess the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son in front of anybody. Put his word before anybody. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, your uncle, your auntie. Yo, push that heavy. Lay it down on them. Because when your life is over, your father, your dad, your mom, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your granddad, your children, ain't nobody could tell the Lord anything. They can't. You think anybody could stop the rain right now? If it was to rain, if the Lord would switch up the weather right now from sunny to cloudy and raining and what? Ain't nobody could stop Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai when it is his will. Who the Lord bless, no man could curse. We live in a day and age where your daddy and your mother think they got to say so when they get upstairs. When I get upstairs, I tell her, you're brave. You're very brave. You're just gonna turn to a pillar of salt. A pillar of salt you might turn into. The Lord gonna zap that ass, whoop that ass, and send that ass into a pillar of salt and forget about you. Who you? Yeah, you had a nice little run on the earth. Congratulations, but it's over. Now you a pillar of salt, gone. Can't even probably get into the doors. It's 12 doors upstairs. 12 gates. They think they could just easily walk through. But y'all now out here diligently confessing Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, who y'all ignorantly call as God and JC, in front of any man. Whether it's Jake, the snake, Eve that like to deceive, and 2/3 of our people, or these other nations that the Lord not even dealing with truthfully and honestly. Our people that have a mental sickness and capacity of mental illness in their brain right about now. But you ain't trying to declare his glory. I feel sorry for you. A lot of our people don't want to declare the works of the Heavenly Father, but they want the Lord to bless them. They want Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to bless them. They want the Lord to do this. They want the Lord to do that. They want the Lord to do everything for them, but they don't want to do no work, no diligency of some sort types of work, nor do they pray, nor do they give him the time in the day, and nor do they declare his glory. This is 1 Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 24. Declare his glory among the heathen, his marvelous works among all nations. Khan. Straight like that. Declare his glory. Don't be scared to step up, speak up, and declare the works of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, and all the prophets and messengers that came along biblically in that book. Don't be scared. Our people have a tendency to fold up when they get around Esau and these other nations, or around our wicked 2/3 of our people. They fold up too. Nah, declare that. And they don't want to hear that. Was it a hair or forebear? Oh well, keep pushing. Dust your feet off out of that city. Dust your feet off out of the city and walk away. Declare his glory amongst the heathen. Even if Esau don't want to hear, even if Esau don't like it, so what? Nobody told you to sold your birthright. Nobody told you to sell your birthright. And all these other wicked nations that's underneath the ass of Esau. These tiny hats. Soon enough, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gonna smack fire out of them and dust them off and brush them off. Easy. Quick, fast. You don't think the Father and the Son tired? Up there on the thrones, tired, looking at this madness? His eyes upon the sinful kingdom. And he's ready to destroy it off the face of the earth. If you read in the scriptures, people only know the good side and don't want to hear smooth things. That's all they want to hear is the smooth things when it comes to that. But I ain't going to make this too long. I'm going to end it off right here. But this is 1 Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 24. I'm going to read it again. Declare his glory among the heathen, his marvelous works among all nations. And I'm going to end it off right here. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder / bishop in the great millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, the sincere 144,000 scattered abroad 4 winds and corners of the earth. Shalom. Khan.